Hello, friends, and welcome back to our homestead. We are expecting a doozy of a snowstorm. What is it? 2 feet or something like that for New England?
Sure.
So I invited my husband to help me out because we have a small generator that we just got in the mail couple of weeks ago, and I think we need to get it ready for this storm. So because I am generator illiterate, I asked my husband Joey to come and help me out. So it came in a box. We opened the box. We took a look at it, and what I have questions. You know, as a mom, as a wife, as a homesteader, my job is to make sure that we're safe and that I have food on the table and we're warm. So that's why I would like to review this new generator. And I'm going to have a bunch of questions for you, babe. I hope you're ready. Okay.
Sure.
So, all right. So can you go ahead and see if you can open it? And I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions.
Well, first, this is the Efurden EDOG10. This is from Amazon, right?
Okay. I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's.
Well, I will, you know what? I will have a link in a description box where you can go ahead and buy it, but you can also find it on Amazon. But I will put a link in the description box, so just click on it so you don't have to search for it.
All right, we took the generator out of the box, and in the box was the instructions for the generator, a funnel to put the oil in it because it comes with no oil, and it comes with a screwdriver and a tool to take the spark plug out. So that comes with the generator. If you look at the front, it is a 4400 watt generator peak. That's not how it runs. It runs at 3300 watts.
What does that mean?
That means how much power you can actually create from this and how much it can actually run, how much it can power.
Okay, quick question. Can you run a coffee maker on this?
Yes, you can.
Can I run a refrigerator on it?
Yes, you can.
Can I run a refrigerator and a coffee maker at the same time?
Absolutely.
All right. Can I add a third item like a microwave?
Microwave might be a lot, but we can test it later to see what it can do.
Okay. Another question. Can I run a sump pump? Because with storms, we have always flooding and water, whatever.
Most definitely, as long as the sump pump isn't super huge.
Okay. And can I run a well on this?
No. No, this is strictly 120 volts only.
Okay.
Not 240, so you can only run, it comes with an RV plug. That's a 30 amp, 120 volt plug. It comes with 2 receptacles that you can plug in extension cords or plug directly into it. There's a 12 volt DC plug, sort of like you can plug in and charge things with it.
Like in a car?
Just like in a car.
Okay.
So you can probably charge phones, whatever's 12 volt accessories that you have.
Okay.
This is the eco switch.
What's an eco switch?
The eco switch is when you have the generator running and you have something plugged in that doesn't require full power from the generator will slow the RPMs down.
I love your glasses.
It'll slow the RPMs down to save on fuel, save on wear and tear, and be much quieter.
Okay. Oh yeah. Well, let's test it out to see how.
And this is your on-off. This is your on-off switch to start it up and shut it off.
Okay. All right.
Which requires.
Oh, okay.
Pull start.
Yeah.
So part of the assembly of this, we have to take the shipping brackets off the front and the rear before we run this generator.
Well, there's a tag hanging literally on.
Yep,
right
it
here.
Tells you right here. Don't run it with those
Remove
shipping
brackets before use. All right.
Because it keeps the rubber isolators from
during shipment.
During shipping.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Plus, we have to add the oil, which is right here.
Okay, so it's without oil. It's without fuel right now. We have to take care of it. What kind of oil do we need? What kind of fuel do we need?
Well, I'm going to use 10W30. It's a straight weight oil in our part of the climate and cold weather. We were running 93 octane fuel with stabilizer in it because you don't want to leave low octane fuel in generators or outside equipment because the fuel will go bad quickly.
Okay. Where can you buy all this stuff?
At Walmart, any parts store, you can buy fuel stabilizer.
Mm-hmm.
The oil you can get at Walmart. That's where I buy all my oil.
Okie dokie.
It's the best price. So let's go ahead and remove the brackets. We'll put the oil in it, and then we'll take it outside, start it up, and see how loud it is.
Okie dokie. Sounds fun.
This hardware is 8 millimeters. And what we'll do is we're going to remove the brackets and the hardware per the instructions. As any engine, you cannot run it indoors or inside garages because this will make carbon monoxide a colorless, odorless gas that will kill you. So it has to be run outside in a well-ventilated area.
So basically not in front of my kitchen window?
No, you don't want the exhaust to enter the house or to get under the vent of the attic and go inside, because that would be bad.
All right, so a little bit away from the house.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get this to work. All right. This requires 0.6 quarts. And let's put this in, and this is just 10W30.
Well, I'm glad it's an angled kind of funnel because otherwise you wouldn't fit.
Oh, they think of everything.
All right. Babe, can you run a space heater on this thing?
You can.
How many space heaters? Small, large?
Up to 3,300 watts.
Okay, you're speaking French right now. I have no idea what that means.
Well, we have several types, and we can run different ones, and we can show everybody what you can run.
All right.
We're going to take it outside and put gas in it. All right, we need to put gas in it, and it holds, I think, approximately 2 gallons of gasoline. So let's carefully fill this up.
And it's high octane?
This is 93 octane with fuel stabilizer. And I recommend using fuel stabilizer in all lawn equipment and generators so you don't run into problems.
Is that a fuel gauge right there?
Yep.
Oh, look how cool. It shows you. It'll tell you when you're full.
To start it, you want to make sure the oil is full, that we've got plenty of gas in the generator, that the shutoff valve is on for the gasoline, the choke goes at the off position, make sure the switch in the front isn't on, and then you pull it, start it up, and then you put the choke in the on position, which is backwards. And then you can use the generator.
All right, so let's do the choker. So we did the oil, we did the gasoline.
Yep.
Now we're gonna do what? The choker next?
We'll put the choke on so we can
show me again?
This is on. Well, this is off.
Okay.
And this is on. So this is on to run. So we're gonna put this on the choke to start it. And we want to make sure that the switch is in the on position, which now it is.
Okay.
So let's start it up. I just put the eco switch on, and now the RPMs are coming down because there's no load on the generator.
Okay.
Okay. We don't have an RV plug to use, so what I did was I bought this adapter from Amazon, and that will give you 3 more plug options for 30 amps for this generator, because it only has 2, so you can plug this in and get a total of 3 more.
So 5 total.
5 total.
So if you need to write 5 extension cords at the same time, you can, as long as it doesn't overload. Correct?
Right, because if it draws too much power, it's going to overload and shut off the power.
Okay.
But we can play around with this, see what it can do.
So right now we tried the air compressor and the heater. It was an overload.
Yeah, let's
But
try it.
chances are, I mean, come on, during a storm, are you really going to run an air compressor? No, you
But
probably will not.
I mean, the air compressor, obviously, refrigerators use a whole lot less power. So the air compressor I'm trying to run would probably run 3 refrigerators.
That's amazing.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Running it.
Okay. Question. Can you run more than one refrigerator at the same time?
You can on this. Anything up to 3,300 continuous watts.
Okay. Now we have no idea. We haven't tested to see how long it will last. One tank of gas, right?
Yeah, because that's going to come down to how much power you're running off of it. If you're running full power, obviously it's not going to last as long. If you're running something overnight, just refrigerators, it'll probably go into eco mode and it'll probably last all night long.
All right, awesome. It's actually not as loud as I thought it would be. It's a little guy. It's pretty compact and pretty light. So we're happy to have it. So say that if I needed to run a refrigerator and another freezer.
I'm sure you can run multiple fridges and freezers on this.
Okay.
And lights,
Mm-hmm.
because that doesn't draw a ton of power.
Mm-hmm.
You can charge your phones with it if the power is out. One thing to note is because it's brand new and it gets hot, you get that strange smell from everything burning. That's normal. That's just a new engine with everything heating up. So don't be alarmed with that.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah, I mean, it can handle a lot for being a small generator and a really, really cheap price.
What's the price again?
I believe it was $340 on Amazon with a $40 off coupon.
Okay.
So you're looking at $300.
I have to look on their website as well to see how much they charge on their website. But anyway, I think it's pretty amazing. It's a little guy for sure. It's not a massive thing. And I could lift it on my own. And now that you showed me how to use it, I bet I could use it, especially because right on the side, it has literally all of the instructions and steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, everything to do. And then it tells you how to turn it off as well. The only thing I would have to play with is that choker thing. But everything else, I think I can do no problem on my own in case you're not home.
And we can probably do a second video after we use it for a while.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, this generator handled the air compressor, this 1500 watt heater, and the drill after the air compressor started. So the startup current, obviously, for the air compressor is higher. But when it was running, it handled all 3 of these devices. So that's a good load for it.
Yeah, because you had the drill going, you had the space heater, and the air compressor.
And the air compressor running, which, not the startup current, but the running current it can handle.
That's pretty amazing.
For a small guy, I'm pretty impressed.
Okay, so thanks, babe, for helping me out, because for someone like me who is not mechanically inclined at all, this was pretty easy to follow, and especially because all the steps are on the side of it. And it may not be huge, right?
Right.
It may not be able to power our entire house.
Correct.
But it will cover the essentials. You know, It can cover a sump pump in case we need it. It will cover a refrigerator and a coffee maker if we have to, and maybe some lights in the house. Because as my papa says, you know, before the storm is coming, don't be caught without your pants on. This is definitely going to help you to keep your pants on. So anyway, so do you have thumbs up, babe?
I do. For the cost, you know, for the cheap cost that it is, it's a beginner step for 3,300 watts. It's not going to power your whole house, but it's going to power the essentials and emergency. It'll be perfect.
I mean, there's still a cost, upfront cost, let's face it. But, you know, I say if maybe we cut out pizza on Friday nights for the next 4 weeks, this is easy to purchase.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to leave a link in the description box. it's a definitely startup, a good little guy to have on hand. So thumbs up. So friends, be encouraged and try something new.